Welcome, YouTube. So today we're going to be doing a video about the Chicago Bulls. I'm not a Chicago Bulls fan, I am an NBA fan. So if you're coming here to hear the best opinions about the Chicago Bulls, that is not me. As much as I would love to say I am a Chicago Bulls fan, they are one of my favorite teams, but not my favorite teams. I am a die-hard Raptors fan. I watch every Raptors game. I may watch a couple Bulls games. So if you are coming here for the best opinions on the Chicago Bulls, that is not for you, are not in the right spot. As much as I would love to keep you here, this is just my opinion, and I'm just a person that wants to share my opinion. That's really all it is. If you may not like my opinion, and if you don't, let me know why you don't like my opinion. Yeah, so we're gonna get right into it. I'm assuming if you're coming here, you're a Bulls fan. So hello, welcome Bulls Nation. Welcome to the channel. My name's Austin. I'm in the Dropouts in Disguise. I'm trying to. That name is interesting, but that's not for today's video. Welcome to the channel if you are new, and if you're returning, don't forget to subscribe. It would mean a lot. Or just a comment, tell me what you think of the video. And yeah, today we're going to be driving into the Bulls' future. Should they rebuild or retool, scratch everything and start from nothing? Like, what do you think their moves should be? Let's break it down. State of the team. As of when I'm recording this, February 26, 2025, they are holding a 23-35 record, which most years wouldn't have you in a competitive spot, but in the weaker Eastern Conference in the year 2025, that puts you at the 10th seed in the East. That's ahead of Brooklyn. That's ahead of Brooklyn and Philly, I believe, and they're right behind Miami by 3 games, ahead of Brooklyn by 2 games, and Philly, they're ahead by 3 games. So, okay. Well,
from Dallas, and Maxey are the 5 out there for Philly. Nice pass by Buzelis, listed as available tonight, but he is not on the floor to start this game. He's dealing with that right ankle issue. Buzelis, no good follow by Collins.
The Bulls want to know what they have with him.
And he lobs up there for Buzelis.
Offensively, they're averaging 116.4 points per game. That's put them at 10th, which is pretty solid, honestly, I would say. You have very solid scoring options, which puts you in a good position. That being said, the defense is the concern, allowing 120.4 points per game, which positions you at the 29th team in the league. It's a very big difference and very concerning, if you ask me. I feel like that should be one of the most concerning parts of all of the team. How bad the defense is. Their pace is pretty good. I'll give them that. They are third in pace. But really, like, that is very, very bad. I honestly, I have it written down, but just honestly, it doesn't make sense. Like, how can you be that bad of a team? Let's talk about the roster changes, though. Earlier this month, the Bulls shockingly traded Zach LaVine to the Kings in a 3-team deal. What they got back is the shocking part, in my opinion. In return, you require Jack Collins, Trey Jones, Kevin Huerter, and your own first-round pick back. I talked about this when the trade happened. Doesn't make sense. I feel like the trade would make more sense if you traded Vucevic, because you're kind of trading your players for whatever you can get and then just building around what you have. So if you traded Vucevic, at least you have Jalen Smith and Zach Collins, but now you have both of them still. Trey Jones, why I don't really get it. Trey Jones isn't going to be a part of the future. The Bulls ran every game they won 3 point guards. One game they ran 4 point guards. That is not a spot to be successful. So obviously, this ties back into our question. they should retool. They kind of retooled, but so far, this is not a good retooling. You got one pick and salary fillers. Oh, Kevin Hart, I didn't mention. Good three-point shooter, not that good this season. He helped develop a culture in Sacramento, which got dismantled in this trade, but maybe he could help Chicago with that. I guess the one thing that's good is you're getting your own pick back, and I guess that pick is valuable, but still, that's all you got. Like, okay, I talked about this already, so I'm not going to stay too long on that. Zach LaVine in Sacramento hasn't been the greatest so far. I don't exactly love the fit. DeMar DeRozan has been off and on this season. He hasn't been an amazing player, but he has been amazing in the fourth quarter, which I guess is what you're asking for him. Yeah, I don't really get the point that the Chicago Bulls are at. That's the main reason why I made this video, because as you know, king of the fourth quarter. He is in my opinion, the best YouTuber out there. That's just my opinion. You may disagree. Hey, I think I'm the greatest. I think I'm the second greatest. But you always got to put yourself first. But I can't put myself out of him, in front of him. I love Kenny. He's the reason why I did this. And I feel bad for him. I want to see him be I want to see his team be successful. I want to see if his team is more successful, that means we get more videos. Let's be honest. That means he's more entertained. We get more videos then. So, as much as I want the Bulls to rebuild, that just puts Kenny and us as viewers in a worse spot. That's just my opinion. But we could talk about what they have for the future. If they don't want to... Because in this move for Zach LaVine, it kind of seems like they want to retool, not rebuild. You get back 3 role players, salary fillers kind of, instead of just going for all picks. It kind of says you're trying to retool. But if they wanted to rebuild, let's look at that idea. You got Patrick Williams, Patrick Williams has not been good this season. Patrick Williams has been, honestly, he's been difficult to watch. Because he's not supposed to be getting as much minutes as he's getting. He had a great rookie season. People comparing him to Kawhi Leonard. And I think every season he's gotten worse. He's averaging 9 points this season on, what's his efficiency? His 3-point efficiency is 35%, which I guess is good on 4.5 attempts. He's hitting 1.5 3 a game. His effective field goal percentage is 46%. That it's effective field goal percentage, for people that don't know, is this statistic adjusts for the fact that the 3-point goal is worth more than 1 point, so it kind of adds your 2-point percentage and your 3-point percentage and puts them together in a way. But the main part people want to know is the field goal percentage, which is 37. Effective field goal percentage is, I don't really understand it, but I know it's a good, like Zach LaVine is 60%. Like, he is not doing good. He is, I think, the lowest on the team. Let me see. Is he the lowest on the team? He's the second lowest behind Trey Jones. He has the third worst field goal percentage, though. Ayo Dosunmu, I like Ayo Dosunmu on, like, Milwaukee Bucks. I love him on the Milwaukee Bucks, but that's it. I feel like Ayo Dosunmu is a good player on a competitive team. I don't think he's not a future. He's not a part of your future. He's averaging 12 points, which I believe that is up from the last seasons. But they almost didn't re-sign him at one part of the season. So, if you also don't know, go watch Ayo Dosunmu's YouTube videos. They are pretty entertaining, I must say. Very entertaining videos, and he goes into like how it's like to be an NBA player. It's kind of like Jared McCain. But yes, the fact with Ayo Dosunmu is he's very inconsistent. He played on the 20th against the New York Knicks, which they lost in overtime. He got 28 minutes. He went 2 for 8 from the field for 5 points, with 5 rebounds and 3 assists. The game before that was against Detroit, which he scored 23 points, which is very good. The game before that, which was also against Detroit, he scored 8 points. Game before that was 10. Game before that was 11. It's very inconsistent from Ayo, but I really like him. And Kobe White is another good player. I don't know if he's a part of your future. I feel like you should have traded Kobe White now. Like, I feel like Kobe White on Orlando would be beautiful. He's exactly what you need. A good 3-point shooter. A good play. He's not a great playmaker. That's the only problem. But you don't need him to playmake on Orlando because you have Paolo Banchero. So that's why I think he would be good, because he doesn't need the ball to be effective. He hasn't needed the ball. He's played with Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, and Nikola Vucevic. He was the 4th option, and he was getting buckets back then too. So he doesn't need the ball to be effective, in my opinion. He can be effective, but he doesn't need it, is my point. He was good in his rookie season, and people thought that was it. People didn't think he was going to be anything else. People thought that was it for him. He started off with 13 points in his rookie season, which at the time was very good. But then 15 came along. He scored 15 the next season, then 12, then 19, then 9. Then last season, he took a big boost. He was starting his games, and he scored 19. This season, he's down to 18, which isn't as great, but he also has different people that need to handle the ball, like Josh Giddey. So he's not the main ball handler like he was last season, because Zach LaVine was injured. He's shooting it just as efficiently, but he isn't young. So, what I mean by that is he's young, but he's not young in NBA years. He just turned 25, and that's kind of at the point where in basketball you can't really rebuild around somebody at that age. So that's why I think the Chicago Bulls went out to get somebody that doesn't have a great name around him, but Josh Giddey, which at the time the trade was terrible. I still think the trade was terrible. But Josh Giddey has been a standout performer, honestly. He has been on fire. And one of his recent games against Philadelphia on the 24th of February, the Chicago Bulls were at Philadelphia, and they won 142 to 110. Zach Edey had 25 points, 16 rebounds, and 6 assists. That is an unwieldy game by somebody on his caliber. Game against the New York Knicks, he had a very similar game. He had 27 points, 16 rebounds, and 4 assists. The one thing that's different about those two games is, yes, he scored more points in the game against New York, but in Philadelphia, you ready for this? He became the first guard since Michael Jeffrey Jordan to achieve a stat line of 25, 15, and 5 while shooting 50% from the field. He's on a contract year, and he's going to get paid. I feel like he's going to get paid a very similar amount as Kobe White did, maybe similar to Patrick Williams. Around $20 million is a beautiful contract. Is he a part of the future? I don't know. But being reasonable, no, let's not be reasonable. Let's do recency bias. He has been amazing, and he deserves around $20 million, but that's just recently. That's a big problem in basketball, is the recency bias, and I'm going to go for it. But let's go back. Let's dial back, and let's see if they want to retool. With veterans like Nikola Vucevic, who they should have traded, and new additions like I named earlier, and Zach Collins, Trey Jones, Kevin Huerter, Could they do some strategic moves to address the immediate weakness and make a playoff push? Is that really what they want? I don't know. But if they actually... Because they also re-signed Lonzo Ball, which I thought he was gone. Before he re-signed him, before the trade deadline, I thought he was going to be traded. Nikola Vucevic has been unreal this season. He has been, minus Josh Giddey, probably the best player. Actually, no. He has been the best player, period. It was Zach LaVine. But Nikola Vucevic is averaging 19 points and 10 rebounds. That is a very solid center. He's also shooting 38% from 3. He's not really giving you much blocks, which is the reason why your defense is bad, because you don't have a shot blocker. That's the only problem. Maybe that's why they got Zach Collins. The Zach Collins block, he doesn't even get many blocks either. So you don't really have a defensive... They must be the lowest team in blocks. Montas Buzelis is leading the team in blocks, which I know that doesn't really determine a lot. Josh Giddey is 4th on the team in blocks. That's crazy. I expected Lonzo Ball to be higher, but Lonzo Ball has probably been the best defender. Sorry, that's getting off. But with veterans like Nikola Vucevic, Lonzo Ball, Torrey Craig is gone, never mind. And Javon Carter, who is surprisingly still on the team. And then Kevin Huerter. Is Kevin Huerter a veteran? I don't know. Is Lonzo Ball a veteran? I see him as a veteran. Even though he's so young, I see him as a veteran. Maybe that's just my opinion, but veterans like that, can those people lead you to a playoff seed? Is that what they want? I don't know. It's going to be very hard to get to a playoff seed. It is going to be very difficult. But that's what it seems like they want. They think they can make it to the playoffs. Now, if they would make it to the playoffs, what they would have to do is, say the playoffs started right now, they would have to beat Miami in a game, in a playing game. They would have to beat either Atlanta or Orlando also in a playing game. Being said, both of those games would be on the road, and if they do win that, they would play Cleveland. So if they win 2 games on the road, 2 win or go home games on the road against Miami, who has all-star Tyler Hero, a crazy defensive center in Bam, Andrew Wiggins. Maybe they do bad in the play and then they get injured. Chicago wins the game. Yay. Do you really think you have a chance in a win or go home game against Paolo Banchero or Trae Young? That's the problem. I don't understand what the Bulls are trying to do. I said the retooling because I'm trying to think like the general manager. It doesn't make sense. What do you think the ideal approach is? Because I'm done with this, honestly. Because I don't know if they're trying to balance 2 different timelines, but it's not working. Retooling, keeping Nikola Vucevic when he's having an amazing season, it doesn't make sense. Well, you have young talent like Josh Giddey, Montas Buzelis. I didn't even mention Montas Buzelis when I was talking about rookies. What the hell? Montas Buzelis has been a very solid rookie. He doesn't play a lot because he has to play small forward, and they have 17 point guards, so some of them need to play point guard. I didn't even think of that. So he can't play 3 point guards on the floor. One of them is going to have to play small forward, and Montas Buzelis isn't big enough to play power forward yet. That's why Patrick Williams gets so much minutes, because they don't have a power forward. He's also not a power forward. Fuck, this team's so bad. Can you still be competitive, or is the idea trying to be competitive and showing the young guys how to win games, but the winning the games isn't helpful? Is it kind of trying to be competitive for the long term? But at that point, why not just sell? But the general manager, Alcinas Karnišová, I don't know how to say it, but I hate that man. He just doesn't make sense. He just wants to be. Chicago Bulls is like a top 5 in selling tickets. It doesn't matter if the team is bad or if the team is good. They're going to sell tickets. So he can continue doing this, and there's going to be fans that come in. It doesn't matter on the team. That's how loyal the fan base is. So the general manager doesn't care. So honestly, everything I'm saying doesn't matter. He's going to continue to be the 10th seed, get the 11th pick, and that's it. What do you think? Should the Bulls rebuild? Obviously they should. Or retool with this random team and try and find a quicker turnaround than trying to tank? What do you think? Because this doesn't make sense. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you will get all my podcast videos that are coming up in the future for more in-depth Bulls content and any other team you'd like me to talk about. Just comment down if you'd like me to talk more about the Bulls. Until next time, peace.